Hello, hello, Anne Marie. Hello, hello. Goodness. Jesus is Lord, Barb. See what my glasses look like. I might have to have my glasses on. And they're probably dirty. Get a little wipe here and wipe these off. So, how are y'all doing? Anne Marie and Barb. Now I'll be able to see better. So I don't know how this light is. I guess it's okay. I swear I can't get the lighting straight in here. So I got a brighter light bulb that is a daylight bulb, and it's kind of too bright. It's like blinding me, but without it, it's so dark. And then I had that other light that made me look red, and I don't know. Anyway, hey, Red, kiss my grass. So I've been outside this morning doing in the herb garden. Gosh, the the weeds. The weeds are so bad in my herb garden, and some of it, like I have the 6 beds, and a couple of the beds don't have many weeds in them, and I can just pull them out easily. But a couple of the beds are really bad. The weeds have just taken over. And I guess it's just, I don't know. I don't know how raised beds with compost in them gets that many weeds, but they did. And I guess just, I don't know, birds, when he weed eats, maybe it throws up in there. I don't know. But the rain. Yeah, so much rain. So much rain. And I mean, the weeds are just taking over at least 2 of my beds. The rest of them don't look too bad, and then a couple of them are pretty good. But man, those 2 are terrible. So I start trying to pull some weeds out, and I got a hold of something in there that fired me up and had me itching real bad. So I come in and washed with my jewel weed soap, and that really helped. It calmed it down. And that was yesterday. And then this morning, I got back out there again and started pulling weeds. And I didn't take gloves again. And I know better. I know I should take gloves out there. I didn't. And started pulling weeds again. And the same thing happened. So something out there, don't know, I'm allergic to or something. But it just fired me up and I was itching. My hands just start itching so bad. So I come in and washed with the jewel weed soap again. And it takes care of it, but I'd like to figure out what the heck that is and really get rid of that for sure. And it could possibly be there was some, and I shouldn't have pulled those without gloves, but I did. Some of that nightshade, there was some nightshade coming up in there. And I wasn't sure at first because there's several things that look like nightshade, even potatoes, some different things that kind of look like nightshade. So I wasn't sure. So I downloaded one of those apps and checked it out, and it was nightshade. So I was pulling that out, and it could have been that maybe. Patty developed an allergic reaction to tomatoes. It's the little hairs. The little hairs. And I don't know if that nightshade has little hairs, but there may be something out there. But anything with those little hairs, like tomatoes and cucumbers and all of that, no stinging nettle in there. We did get stinging nettle. I used stinging nettle. I had Lee go get me some stinging nettle. I don't know if he got it yesterday or the day before. Probably yesterday, I guess. So we have a lot of stinging nettle out in our woods behind the house. But it's so growed up back there, I didn't want to go back there. And I was like, well, you get me some of that stinging nettle. And he brought me 2 bags full of it. And he didn't take gloves and he was tore up. So he had to use he pulled some jewel weed. he found some jewelweed out there and pulled it and rubbed it in his hands, and that takes care of it. So yeah, so I've got jewelweed drying, a whole bunch of it. I You can use jewelweed. I mean jewelweed. No, not jewelweed. Stinging nettle. He pulled jewelweed to take care of the stingy. But the stinging nettle, you can eat it just like spinach or something, greens. But it as late as it is now, it's tough. It's a little tougher, and so I don't use it like that now. And I usually don't anyway. Normally, I wash it off, dry it, and then powder it and put it in my medicine, my capsules I make for arthritis and blood pressure. So that's what I usually do with it. And you can also dry it and make tea. Um, I'm sorry, I've got to answer this text message real quick. Sorry, y'all. I usually don't, but this one's important. And I don't text fast. I text very slow. I should turn that on silent. But I needed to answer that anyway. Okay, so let me read some stuff and then I'll talk some more. um, let's see. Was watching Kathy's video. She has a tropical oasis. Yes, she does. I was going to bring that up myself. She was showing the video of the Jabotacaba. I haven't watched it yet, but I know she just has so much. Her tropical fruit and trees are amazing. And I saw that she had a big old bag of Jabotacaba. I hope I say that right. And so I'm going to watch that later. After I get done with this, I have to go to the bank, post office, and all that stuff. And then later I'll get to watch Kathy's video and hopefully catch up on some videos. I got my work done early. I went ahead and worked yesterday, even though it's a holiday and we're off and don't have to work, but I'm not working like that anymore, I'm working at my leisure now. And but I still have to have everything done like Wednesday by noon. So I have been trying to get everything done on like Monday and Tuesday morning, and then that's it. I'm off the rest of the week. So that's what I've been doing because I'm not working a whole lot now. And so I went ahead and worked yesterday and got it done. And they may have a couple of corrections I have to fix. They haven't let me know yet if they do, but if they don't, I'm done for the whole week, So, excuse me, y'all. So that's another thing I really like about this kind of semi-retired. I'm part-time, but I'm really like less than part-time. It's really just freelance writing, but I'm also doing the obituaries, so that takes a little while to get all the obituaries together. Fest for 9 counties. We covered 9 counties, so that's obituaries for 9 counties. Takes a while. Let's see. Prepped for eternity. That's probably Jennifer. We've had so much rain, I can't keep up. Yep. We are a waterlogged, muddy mess. Yep, us too. Developed a allergic reaction. It's cold and rainy. Actually have our heat on. Oh my goodness, Red. We didn't turn the heat on, but we turned the air off for sure. It's chilly. Now it's nice today. We've had some chilly, especially nights, but today is really nice out there. It is so perfect weather. That's why I was out there. I was cutting some, I was in my herb garden doing some weeding. I cut some comfrey and some yarrow, and he got me stinging nettle yesterday. I've got that drying in the net. I've got the nets that there's like 3 layers of netting, and you put herbs in there and put it out, and I do have dehydrator, but I had rather hang them out and let them air dry if I can, rather than have the dehydrator going. And it's a little bit of a breeze out there and it's nice weather. So I put those in there to hang out. And I'm going to have to put this other stuff out there too. And I do have another one. I've got a 3-layer one, and then I've got a bigger one that would hold it all. That's really too big. It's like 5 layers and real big around, and it would hold everything. So so sick of the rain and mud. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Don't know. I didn't know it helped with blood pressure. I know it helps with allergies. Yes, stinging nettle is good for so many things, uh, but blood pressure and inflammation is for sure 2 of them. And allergies. I don't really. I get allergies a certain time of year. We've discussed this. We have the cottonwood flying. It's about done. I haven't seen much cottonwood. I haven't seen much cottonwood the last several days. Maybe the rain. The rain probably kind of settled that down. But before that, I was starting to get, some sinus allergy stuff going on. Lee is bad with all that. But he doesn't really like to take much of anything. It's hard to get him to even take anything. The only thing he does take the wild lettuce for pain, but anything else, he won't take vitamins. He won't take hardly anything. He's just, I don't know, picky about that stuff and won't take anything. He has to be really sick to take medicine anyhow. So, so he won't take that for his allergies. He should. He does do I've told y'all before, he does the essential oils in the water and breathes it. And he does that a lot for his sinus allergy. And it helps. Not, it doesn't take care of it or get rid of it. It helps for a little while. So he'll do that when he's feeling all stopped up. Let's see. I had to turn off my AC and my fan. That fan has been going for over a year. I understand. We keep fan in the bedroom, and I have to have the fan on in the bedroom all the time or at night. My family needs prayers. Yesterday, my mom had a mental break at her nursing home, started throwing things and trying, to stab herself in the head. Oh, bless your heart. Goodness. Yeah, that, dementia, probably has dementia, and you don't never know what they're going to do. Okay, y'all pray for Red and her family and her mom. Don't blame him. I don't do medicines either. I will do herbal. I don't do a lot of medicines, but I take a lot of herbal stuff. A lot of herbal stuff. But he don't even want to take that. So um, have her tested for UTI. Yes. That's what every time my mom had dementia too, though, but every time she got a UTI, it was way worse. Has 8 mental illnesses. 1 is dementia. Wow. But yeah, them UTIs will really throw them for a loop. Yeah. The weather is so nice out there. I was out there early in the herb garden weeding and cutting stuff and made a video. And Lee done a video yesterday of his garden. So I thought, well, I'll add to it and do how my herb garden is doing and all. So we'll have a video I've got to work on and put up about just kind of garden tour, you know. We have, and she's okay with UTI. Oh, trying to take care of Mac's mom yesterday cussed me out again. Oh, bless your heart. I know. They can't help it. I guess they just once they get that age and start getting a little bit of dementia, even a little bit of dementia, and they start all that stuff. So anyway, so I got to figure out what is causing me to itch so bad out there. And I do know that if I pick cucumbers or squash, what else? I picked something else the other day that fired me up a little bit. Don't remember what it was. May have been an herb. It was something. Oh, comfrey. It was the comfrey. The comfrey. I had the comfrey laying in my arm because I forgot to take my bag out, and I had the comfrey laying across my arm, and those little hairs will fire me up. But this was something else. This was weeds, and it wasn't. It wasn't the hairs, or I didn't see any hairs. It was literally like where I pulled with my hands, and my hands were just itching so crazy. So I'm not sure what it was. I was thinking my I did pull some of that nightshade, and nightshade is toxic. And I just wondered if I didn't get something from that, some of that juice in my hands, and I don't know. I don't know. But I had to watch that and have my gloves because one bed, just one of those beds, had some nightshade in it. And I wasn't sure what it was at first. I thought it looked like nightshade, but then again, it also looked like potatoes. And there's, I think, a couple other things that look like that too. And so I wasn't real sure. But I downloaded that app, one of those plant identifying apps, and that's what it said it was. Um, we went through that with Donnie's mom. It's so difficult. We will be praying for y'all. Yeah. Grew up with my mom having mental disabilities. Munchausen, I think I probably didn't say that right. Munchausen and Munchausen by proxy. I'm not sure what that is. I know what the Munchausen is, but I don't know what the difference there is in those two. But yeah, everybody say a prayer for Patty and Mac and Red and her family. Yeah. Yes, that can be very difficult. And Kathy, I know Kathy at Living Miracle is going through some of that too. So it's difficult. I use Picture This app. I have to remember to stop weed eating all the plants here because some are ones I want to keep. Yeah. Yeah. She deliberately hurt us to get attention. Oh, bless your heart. Mm, that's tough. So yeah, that's tough. Um, so, so today I'm going to go out and I got to go to the bank and all that. And I'm going to run out to the place that has my herbal products. I'm trying to work on some more herbal products to take out there. Right now, I just have my jewelweed soap and salve and a few other salves. And I just stuck with salves because I really don't want to get into putting something that they would take um, out there for anybody to buy. And so I do have a few things, some tinctures and things that I make for people and will sell, but only if I talk to them and know for sure what they need and know for sure how they need to take it and all that. So I can't sell any of that out there, but I do have my cards and I have a sign that says, something to the effect of that I do tinctures and teas, medicinal tinctures and teas, but they have to call me. So I have had one person contact me on Facebook and ask me, but she didn't tell me what the problem was. She just asked me if I could help her. She just basically asked me if I could help her. And she didn't want to take medications. and she didn't like taking um, prescription medications. And could I help her? And she didn't tell me what the problem was. And I said, I would be willing to hear your problem and see what I can come up with and help you if I can, you know. So, when is your event? Are you talking about the picnic? If you're talking about the Heartland Homestead picnic, is second Saturday in September. I believe it falls on the 13th this year. I have a calendar right here. I believe, yes, September 13th. And it starts about 10, but it's lunch. It's just a picnic, just noon. We eat about 12 o'clock. We usually try to start doing some things at 10 to get set up and all that. And to sell the products. Yes, yes. Let me finish that in case anybody else is interested in that. I have not got the motel to give us a discount yet. She's supposed to call me back and hasn't. So I don't know if they don't want to give us a discount or if I just need to contact her again. But I really want to go in person and talk to her, the lady herself. I just called and left a message pretty much to ask her to call me, and she hasn't called. So I don't know if they don't want to get us a discount or if uh, I don't know. And I haven't asked anywhere else if they would give us a discount yet because I know Patty's won't. We've asked Patty's every time. Patty's Inn will not give a discount. And there's a little motel, but it's small, and they're always booked that weekend in Grand Rivers, and they don't give discounts because they're small. They only have like I don't know how many 10, 12 rooms, so that doesn't work, and they just don't want us to break their luggage racks. Maybe, maybe, but I want to go talk to her in person. I want to just drive over there sometime and talk to, if she's still there, Tabitha, in person. And I believe she is. They told me on the phone. I asked them to have her call me, and they didn't say she don't work here anymore. So, but she never called me. So I'm not sure the deal. But I need to get on that. I know I need to get on that because time is running out. So I'll do that very soon, and then I'll make a video and go more in detail in what we need to do. And they may not give a discount. We may just have to either pay for a room or not, you know. So, and I don't know about the. I want to find out also about the conference room because last year they were going to charge us for the conference room, and I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I have to deal with that. I need to deal with that and get it over with so I can let everybody know. And so second Saturday in September, September 13th, noon, potluck lunch. Me and Lee will provide the meat. We're going to do he's going to do a couple of Boston butts again, pulled pork. If anybody wants to bring any other meat, that's fine too. Meat and stuff to go with pulled pork. Sandwiches, you know, chips, drinks, dessert, it's fine. Me and Brenda, I'll let you know in a video, me and Brenda discussed possibly having a contest again. Several years we had contests, like we had a chili cook-off and we had a venison cook-off, and we were discussing maybe having like a pie contest, homemade pie contest, or dessert contest, or something. I don't know. We haven't decided on that yet. We haven't talked a whole lot about it. I need to, but I was going to try to get the motel down before I decided on that. So I'm still working on that. And I will soon let you know. Volunteer to be a judge, yeah. So I hope a lot of people get to come. We didn't have very many last year. We had a lot considering it had a 90% chance of rain. There was a 90% chance of rain, and we still had like, I don't remember now, 32 or 35 or something like that. And I was surprised anybody showed up because it really was a 90% chance of rain. And I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and it did not rain. It rained before and after. Did not rain during the picnic. Uh, Hope to go this year, rain or shine. Oh, thank goodness. I would love to see you again. Um, so that would be great. I would love to come, but have two festivals coming up. So, yeah. So, there's not, I don't know what festivals you have, but there is not a whole lot of homesteaders still doing the get togethers. I don't think. I haven't heard of a whole lot. I know they still have the whatever Okie one, and maybe they have a Missouri one, but some of the others are not. And then you've got the big ones, Doug and Stacy's and HOA, but they're so expensive. And there's a couple others. I saw a couple of others. One was just a couple hours from me that had some big speakers coming and all. But it's so expensive. I can't. I just can't. I can't pay a motel, pay gas, and then pay, you know, $100 to just to go. And I understand why they do it. They do it so they can get big speakers in there, and they have big venues. They have to pay for their venues, I'm sure. So, I understand, but I can't do that for a picnic. Don't go to the other ones, too expensive. Yeah, it really is. It is pretty expensive. You really have to save up money all year to go do all that. Just coming to the picnic, you've got gas and motel, and so we don't charge anything for nothing. We get a free venue. That's why we haven't moved it. Lee wanted to move it to Paducah, but I can't find a free place in Paducah to have it. Even the park in Paducah charges for the pavilions, and that place is free. So, um, let's see. I hope I didn't miss anything up there. Artist, storyteller Donnie. Hello. Got you playing, but cannot chat. I'm working. All right. Thanks for listening in. Let's see. Where was I at? We have a lot of festivals for our small area. The fall one is in September through October. Got doggy boarding too. We enjoyed our picnic last year. We went, but it is always the same weekend as our fall. Enjoyed your picnic the year we went. It's always same weekend as our fall rod run. Yeah, y'all have told me that before, and I hate that, but it's easy for me to just keep it the same because I can remember that, and I feel like everybody got used to that and can remember that. So, yeah, sorry about that. It also falls on a couple other things for me that makes it hard, but I just hate to change it. But the church we're going to has homecoming the next day, and that kind of makes it hard because I have to cook for homecoming and all that. Yeah. So, our church has homecoming the next day, the Sunday of that week. So that makes that hard. And then we have the 2 weeks, the 2 weeks after the picnic, we have the Wycliffe Mounds, the archaeology thing that Lee goes to and does flint napping. I don't think they're going to have it anymore, so that may not be a problem this year. I heard they had to quit doing it. And then there's something else. Well, of course, the HOA is right there close. It seems like there was something else also. Oh, yeah, we have Harvest Festival here in our county. They have what they call Harvest Festival, and it is, I believe it is maybe the same weekend. It's the second weekend. They were having it early this year. I don't remember. I think it might be the same weekend as that, as the picnic. Anyway, because they're having it earlier. They used to have it the last Saturday in September, and then they tried October a couple of times, and it was too chilly. So they went back to September, and I think this year they're having it earlier, having it the same as ours. Anyway, okay, so let's see. Moving on. So Red asking about where the event we sell products. Okay, so the store we have. I have some herbal products, soap and salves at this. It's kind of a thrift store type place, but it's a ministry. They their profits help a women's shelter. Okay. So there's a women's shelter, and this is a part of that. And they kind of were doing like, um, I don't know what you call it, kind of almost like a Salvation Army type thing, only it's just local people. But then she kind of turned it and went into doing thrift store. So she's renting out booths in this store for people to come in and set up a booth and pay her, and then her profits help this place. So, but she let me in on consignment because at first she called me and asked me to put my stuff in there and said she would do it on consignment. And that was before she started renting the booths. So when she started renting booths, she said, you can stay the same and just be consignment. Well, I have just my soaps and salves in there. So I have just a little cubby hole. And she has these whole rooms, and mine's really big enough for me to squeeze more stuff in. So I've been thinking I kind of wanted to do a farm stand at the end of the road, but we don't get much traffic. Well, no, that's not true. We get a lot of traffic, but it's hunters and fishers flying by. It's not the kind of traffic that's going to stop and buy my stuff, I don't think. So, but I want to do like a farm stand, like with my stuff, but plus produce and stuff like that. You know, produce or whatever that you set up at a farm stand, mostly produce. I want to do that too. But I was thinking, I don't get enough traffic. Couldn't I do that out there? So I'm going to talk to her today when I go and see about what all I can do out there in my little cubby hole. If I can squeeze a bunch more stuff in my little cubby hole, or how much a booth is to actually rent, and then I would get a small little room and I could put whatever I wanted, and I could cram it full of whatever I wanted, because some of those people have like yard sale stuff in there. And then somebody has baked goods, somebody has bread and sweets, baked goods, and a couple of people have new stuff. One lady has Tupperware in hers. She's a Tupperware lady, and she has hers full of Tupperware. And I I don't know that she's doing real good with Tupperware in there, because it's a thrift store and people are looking for cheaper used stuff. And the Tupperware, I think, is more expensive than the people that come in there want to pay. I don't want to get that happen to me too, you know. And with my soaps and salves, that's kind of iffy there. But I have been selling some. Now, I done way better with the event that Red is talking about. So they had a spring fling, and I done really good because I was able to sit there and show people my stuff and tell them what all it's good for, and all about it, and interact with them. And I gave out a bunch of cards for our channel. Just has, oh, I had one with our channel name on it, you know. Oh, golly. I just have find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Etsy. And then on the other side kind of tells what all we have. Sorry. Anyway, so I just had those and I passed out a bunch of those. So that was good. And so she decided it went so good. Everybody had such a good day that she decided to make it twice a month, every other week. Or, well, it's the first and third Saturdays. So there's one coming up the 7th, June 7th. There's another one coming up, and she's just calling it Market Days. So now it's just Market Days, and she's having it the first and third Saturday. And I'm going to set up and do that as much as I can. She's already had one that I couldn't go to because my granddaughter was having graduation that day. So we had 18th birthday party graduation celebration that day and didn't get to do it. But I'm going to do it the 7th. And anyway, so that'll be good. That'll be good. And I done way better that way, one-on-one talking to people and telling them what everything is good for and how to use it and all that. And I feel like I don't know how to do that other than this, but I could do that and take some of my other stuff as long as I'm sitting there telling them how to use it and what to do and what it's good for and, you know. So I'm trying to debate on what all to take this time and just really trying to do more, sell more stuff. And I could do other salves, and I did do some teas. I did some herbal tea. I done a stress relief herbal tea, and it has lemon balm and chamomile and I don't remember. Anyway, I have some of those packaged up, and I did sell several of those too. So you know, let's see. Let me go back up here. We have lots. Okay, right here. We have lots of spring and fall festivals that land on the same weekends or same day as others here, so we have to choose or go in and out. Yeah. Uh, Smoky Mountain Blessed. Let's see. Yeah, thrift store shoppers usually want a deal. Yeah, yeah. So that really kind of messes mine up to it a little bit. It doesn't really because my price is low. If my price was up there like some people's, I might not could sell it there. So I kind of keep the price low. So I'm really not making a whole lot, but I make a little. And I get to hand out my cards and get people over to the channel and things like that. So I don't know. I'm still debating. I would really like to do a farm stand and be able to maybe be there sometimes and interact when I've have other stuff out, or if I'm just got produce out and soap, you know, whatever. Um, so I don't know. Really, with the jewelweed soap, it's good to be able to talk to them too, because I don't want people thinking the jewelweed soap is just body soap, because it's medicinal and it's made with lye, which can dry your skin. So I like to talk to people and tell them, you know, this is not body soap, this is medicinal soap. And you use it when you need it or when you've been out in the woods or weeding and need to wash off any possible poison ivy, that kind of thing. So let's see. We are thinking about a general store type shop where we can have Donnie's paintings and friends' wares and crafts that are not the exact same as the other shops here. Yes, see, now that's probably where I need to have my stuff is at a place where they have wares and crafts, and there is a general store in Paducah and they have kind of stuff like that. It's like more like an old fashioned general store, and they have a lot of homemade stuff. And they have Baker's Creek seeds in there, by the way. So, anyway, pretty neat. My stuff would probably do better there and maybe could charge a little more, but I don't know what they would charge. Some of those places charge a lot for a booth, and she doesn't. So, and I'm not even having to pay for a whole booth, but what booth she does do is not that expensive. So, anyway, let's see what else. Um, okay, so yeah, I'd really like to have a farm stand right here on my property, but I just don't think we have the right kind of traffic. The traffic we have is people going to the river bottoms to hunt or fish or just ride around and do whatever they do. And they fly through here. And it's mostly men in trucks. So I just don't think that I'm going to get many of them unless I sell bait. I could sell bait. I could turn it into a bait shop, but then some of my other stuff wouldn't fit in real well. Oh, I could put your crochet scarves and hats in my general store, Nancy. Pray God opens up a building for us with good traffic. Yeah. Yeah, I think traffic is a lot to do with it. The Stivers done that. I love theirs. I love Jen's, what was it called? Jen's Farmstead. I love that. Love that. But they had problems there too, I think, maybe with traffic, maybe. I'm not sure. But they sell a whole lot more online than they do at the farmstead. So, yeah. Um, and now they have, I just saw the other day where they have something where they're doing like a porch honor box on the porch of the farmstead. So I'm not sure what that's about. I guess because they don't want to open up the farmstead for people to go in. But if they just have some stuff sitting on the porch with an honor box, they can do that. And I kind of would maybe do similar, like, but sometimes I'd want to be there talking to the people. Like a lot of the stuff she has in hers, a lot of the stuff Stivers has in theirs is tinctures and things like that that you need to be there to talk to people about rather than you can't just do a honor stand or something with that. And so I think that like she's putting out just a few of each thing on the porch and doing an honor box. And I could do that like most of the time. I could have a farm stand that has an honor box and put produce and salves, maybe. I don't know. See, the salves would probably get too hot and melt. That probably wouldn't work either. So, anyway, I would love to do something like that. But for the time being, I'm just trying to make this work out here at this thrift store for me. So, let's see. Got to go do errands. All right. Thanks for being here, Miss Anne Marie. Paducah has a tiny what? Paducah has a tiny home community coming. I don't know what you mean there. Explain that, because I live 30 minutes from Paducah and go to Paducah all the time, and I don't know what you're talking about. Paducah has a tiny home community coming. I'm not sure what you mean. You have so many laws, both packaging and ingredients to follow. It can be overwhelming. Yeah, especially I think like I don't on the stuff I'm doing, and a lot of people I know are doing selling like bread. They bake bread and sell bread out there, and they don't have they don't have a whole lot of rules to follow on that stuff, but some things do. So, and I'm talking here in Kentucky. Um, so, Paducah officials have been talking to a tiny home builder here that builds tiny home communities, and they want one there. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I haven't seen that. I will have to look into that because I write for the paper. I could possibly write that for the paper. But I don't go to the Paducah meetings and stuff. As far as meetings and knowing that kind of thing, I only go to my Ballard County one. We do cover 9 counties, but there's other writers that cover some of the other areas. And I don't go to any of the other meetings. I do my county and one county over, which is Carlisle. I do their fiscal court meeting, but I don't go to any of the Paducah, McCracken County meetings. So, and I don't know if my boss or anybody that writes for Paducah knows that. So I might have to pass that information along and check into it. I could write the story if I had it. I can write a freelance write, so I could write any of it. A lot of seniors like tiny home communities. They can afford it better and less to take care of, and they can travel with less stuff. Yeah, and expenses. Yeah, yeah. So we have in Paducah there was a homeless community called Tent City, and they had tents down there in this area that they set up. Homeless people would go down there and stay. And my Buckets and Bibles group was going to take some stuff down there to them, and we had somebody go ahead of us, and they had gotten flooded out. And then somebody also told us that the city, Paducah, um, had ran them off and wasn't letting them gather like that anymore, which is understandable. I'm not saying anything against that, but that's why we can't find them to go help them. So we just have backpacks in the back of our cars that have some stuff in it, and if we see somebody homeless walking or on the side of the road, which you don't hardly see anymore, they're running them off. They're not letting them just stand on the side of the road. If they're there for very long, they go run them off. The cops go run them off now. And but if we happen to see one, we can stop and give them a backpack, you know. And they have a community kitchen downtown that they can go eat at. So we're thinking about going down there and catching them when they come out of the community kitchen, to give them like a backpack that has a Bible and some kind of survival items for homeless, and some snacks. And but it's got like we have like a pair of socks and a little first aid kit and maybe matches and trying to think of what all. Just little survival items that might need. Um, the tiny home builder is about selling his tiny homes, but there are homeless communities in PNW that put them in tiny homes as long as they follow the rules. That's good too. I knew what you were talking about. The tiny homes would be for a community of older people or whatever, but it just made me think of the homeless people down there at the tent city. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they weren't bothering nobody, and they were down in an area that um, is just a wooded area that they don't do anything with. That's just on the edge of Paducah, and they don't do anything with it. And it's a wooded area that floods, obviously. And so I really don't see the harm in them being down there. Now we know it got flooded out, but then we were told that they ran them off. So I don't know. I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. And I know that some of those people want to be there. Some of those people could have other options and don't want to follow rules or do anything to get out of that situation. And that's sad too. But I feel like some of them don't have, or they maybe don't realize they have other options. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's a sad, sad thing. Let's see. I got about 10 minutes and I got one more thing on my list to talk about is my chickens on the porch. I don't know, do y'all have this problem? We let our chickens out and let them free range. And since we built this new front porch, we built a bigger front porch that's really nice and new, and he don't have the top over it yet, but it's a big, nice new front porch. And the chickens are hanging out on it and pooping all over it. You can't come in the house without, you got to just be real careful where you walk. And every day I have sprayed it off with the water hose to get all the chicken poop off of it. And 10 minutes later, they're back up there. I think I hear them out there now. I just ran them off. Before I came on live, I ran them off. I washed it down with the water hose and ran them off with the water hose. And I hear them back out there now. And they won't stop. They won't stay off the porch. And they just poop all over it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to do something because I'm sick of it. Yes, and we ended up making a large chicken run. Yep. They also tear up my flyers. Yeah, if left out. Yeah. So you made a large chicken run. Did y'all do a video on that? I'd like to see that. Y'all may have done a video on it. I haven't been keeping up with anybody lately. But that's what I was thinking. I was thinking because my friend Lana, that I've done a couple of Teresa's travels to, Lana, they have a chicken coop and a little pen around it, but they wanted to let theirs out, and she wasn't no way she gonna let hers out in all them flowers she's got. So they got a little movable electric fence, kind of like the Premier fencing, only it's not Premier, I don't think. It's maybe a cheaper one. And it's just the poles that you can move, but you can run electricity to it. And they got that and just made a big old circle out there. So the chickens can go all out in that circle, but can't get to her flowers. Now, I haven't done that yet because I honestly haven't had the money to buy one. And I looked it up and it was like the one she showed me was somewhere around $120, but then you had to also buy the thing for the electric. And I don't know if I have to have the electric, but that was like another $50. So somewhere around $150. Wait, let's see. We don't free range our chickens. Their run is 200 feet by 200 feet. Our neighbors free range and their dog has killed some. Yeah. Mothballs or pine saw might turn them away. I will try that. I will try that. Have your hubby string fishing line across the area. It keeps birds away from that spot. Theme parks use this method. Fishing line across the area, across the porch. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure what you mean. Across the porch? No, we didn't, but we actually are going to make it even larger, so maybe we will video that. My chickens fly over fences. We have to put a top on it. Yeah. Well, that's what our chicken coop itself has, a top over it to keep them in and the predators out. But I open up the door and let them out because it's not very big. And I like for them to get out and eat bugs and all that. But and it hasn't been as big of a problem. They pooped all over the yard, but that's the yard. My porch is different. It's like, come on. I could not have chicken poop all over my porch. It's ridiculous. Even clipping their wings didn't work. Oh my goodness. Fishing line above the area of the porch and keeps birds off the area. Well, it ain't birds, it's chickens. It ain't the birds doing anything, it's just the chickens. And I think that we would have to run fishing line across the whole thing. I don't know. Chickens are birds. Okay. um, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would work or not. We would have to run it all the way around the porch. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know that I want fishing line all over my porch either. But it might be better than chicken poop. So that's a thought. But I'm going with the pine saw for now. I'm going to pour pine saw all over the porch. I have been just taking my broom and shooing them off. And then today I sprayed them with the water hose and they ran. And I thought that might work, but I hear them back out here now. So I don't know. I think my only solution is going to be to pin them in a certain area to where that's their area. They can get out in the grass and eat bugs, but can't get to my flowers too. They do tear up the flowers, but I've just let that go. Let us know how the pine saw works. I will. I will. If I don't kill if I don't kill all my chickens. If I kill all my chickens, I'll let you know that too. Be like, well, don't give your chickens pine saw, cause oh me. That's funny. Anyway, I really would like to get the fencing. I would really like to get the fence and put around their coop, big old circle around their coop, and then they can come out, get in the grass, and run around some, but not be in my stuff and all over my yard because it is a problem. And I don't want to leave them locked up all the time, especially not in that little pen. Put some pine saw in a spray bottle. Yeah, use it instead of the broom, just not in the face. Yeah. Well, I do. I don't know. I, I, I'm not even going to say this, but I've thought about popping them with the BB gun. I have a BB gun sitting right by the door for any stray dogs or anything that comes up. And I thought about popping them in the butt with that. That's probably not a good idea, but I was tempted. Tempted. Yeah, I was tempted. Anyway, that's all I got, and it's about time for me to go. So I thank y'all for being on here and chatting with me. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to put out a video probably this afternoon or tonight. And don't forget, Mac and Patty. Mac and Patty should be on tonight. I'm not sure. They've been coming on pretty regular on Tuesday night, and I've missed some of it because I had ball games, but ball games are over for now, so I'll be able to watch tonight and watch Mac and Patty, Southern Blessed Homestead. I don't remember what time. I think I wrote it down. 8, I believe. I think it's 8. Ah, there we go. Yes, it's our anniversary. Oh, look at that. Well, I have been missing because of ball games, but no ball games. Ball games are over with for now until they do some summer ball. But most of mine are not doing summer ball this year for whatever reason. A few of them are, but most of them are not. 8 p.m. Yep, happy anniversary. Now, is this y'all's anniversary or channel anniversary? I'm assuming it's y'all's anniversary, by the way you said that. But yeah, happy anniversary then. 41 years. Oh, Lordy mercy. Ours is, what is ours? I can't remember. I cannot remember. Ours is about 30, I think. Ours is right about 30. I can't remember. In October. Ours is about 30 years in October. So 41 years is a lot. A lot. A painting live stream. Oh, Donnie does a painting live stream before Mac and Patty on Tuesdays. Awesome. Awesome. There you go. Watch that. I need to watch some more painting. I haven't painted in a while, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten rusty. And I don't paint that great anyway, but not like him. I'm just saying. I've gotten rusty. We just celebrated 32 years. Yeah, we're right at 30, I think. Maybe 29. 29 or 30. I'll have to find out. But that's in October. Ours is not till October. All right, I'm going to get off here and get to the bank and do all that and go talk to the lady out there and see what all she will let me set up and do, and if I can get a bigger spot, maybe how much it would cost to get a bigger spot and take more stuff and all that. So, yep, everyone have a great day. And thanks for being on here. And watch Mac and Patty tonight and Donnie. So let's see, just before Mac and Patty. And theirs is 8. So I'm assuming his is 7 maybe. All right, I'm going to close this out if I can find the end. There it is. Talk to y'all later. Thank you.